What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here with the man himself, Jake.
What's up, guys?
The rehab wizard.
Yep.
And we got him here today because we got Robert, bodybuilder, someone that just wants to get even more swole. He's dealing with some shoulder issues. He also goes to Fortis Fitness. Jake was here. We're just having a conversation. I said, Jake, why don't you take a look at him? And actually what he found out is that Robert has one of the most common shoulder issues, mid-trap issues that can be. And what is that?
Yeah, he's got a wing scapula. So the scapula on the right side of his body is not sitting down against the ribs. And lots of pressing, lots of rowing, lots of overhead stuff does this to so many gym bros, it's like uncountable. So we're gonna fix it up today, give him some corrective drills, some mobilization and exercises that'll get him right as rain.
Yeah, so let's get right into it, guys. Once again, if you like this style of video, make sure to like this damn video.
Yeah.
And maybe leave a comment below what other common issues you want to see. You guys did list shoulders, so as soon as Robert said, hey man, like, my shoulder's bugging me, I said, Jake!
Put him in.
Get over here, put him in. Yep. And so we're gonna break down everything that Jake did to help out Robert.
Yep.
Okay, so we are here to check out Robert's shoulder. He is having pain. He's having pain in the front, in the pec minor, pain in the rear of his shoulder. We think it's a wing scapula. We're almost sure it's a wing scapula. We just want to check, so we're going to do 2 quick assessments to figure that out. So pop off your shirt for me and let's look. And then turn around and show your back to the camera and put your hands behind your back. Okay, so first assessment that we're doing is just bringing his arms behind his back. When we do this, we can see this shoulder blade popping up off of his ribs. So this shoulder blade is not sitting flat like the left shoulder blade. So that's confirmation number 1 that we want to see. And then the other confirmation, bring your arms up for me here, yeah. And then when we rotate back like this arm goes much further back than the other, so he has much more external rotation in his right arm, and that's the one that's giving us trouble. And even when we just put him in this position, he's getting pain through his pec, pain through the under part of his shoulder blade. So we're sure we're dealing with a wing scapula at this point. Okay, so step 1 is to mobilize what we need to mobilize to get his body moving more evenly. So we're going to start with mobilizing his thoracic spine. We've done a video on this before. We have the turbo peanut, which is the 2 softballs taped together, and we're going to do some thoracic spine mobilization. So down on your back. And hang on to that. Okay, so first thing we're going to be doing is putting the turbo peanut on his thoracic erectors, or deluxo peanut, right? And bringing that down, draw the shoulder blades together, and then press them up in the air, down and up. And so what he's looking for is anywhere where he has tenderness in his thoracic spine, so anywhere where the softballs are causing pain because of tightness in his thoracic spine erectors, and he's leaving the peanut on that area and moving his shoulder blades up and down. And then Robert, you can also bring it back over your head, almost like an overhead press position, just about halfway, and then back forward. So he can do any kind of movements that help him find the areas that have the most tenderness. We're basically mostly looking for the tightness on the left side, even though the right is the side that's injured, because the right side is the victim of this situation. The right side is really the victim of the situation. So we're looking for trigger points and knots on the right side, but the total overall too much, too tight is really on the left side in the thoracic spine. Next up, we're going to take the lacrosse ball and lay face down for this one. Here we go. Face this way, please. There you go. And bring your arm behind your back just like we did that assessment. That's right. And then I want you to put the lacrosse ball right here in the area that's tender. And so this is really just about getting some pain management and treating that pec minor that we know is painful. Maybe the clavicular head of the pec is painful. And just like with the thoracic spine mobilization, he's looking for areas that hurt, and he's going to rest on those areas until the pain goes away. And did we find a spot or 2 there, Robert? Yeah, very good. So just hang out there. And now that he's found the spot, he's free to move his arm, move his elbow. Now that he's found a spot that's given in some pain, he's free to move his arm and move his elbow a little bit to kind of wiggle into the areas that are tender. He can go up and down just like he's doing now and just do any kind of movement that he needs to kind of help him find the most tender areas and release the tight spots. Okay, and so for our last mobilization drill, we're going to do the infamous broomstick stretch. We've done a video on this before, but Robert needs it again. We're actually going to do this on the non-injured side. So the injured side being the right side, he actually has too much external rotation on the right side. We're going to stretch and externally rotate the left side to bring some balance back to his shoulder girdle. So how we perform that is we're going to take the broomstick, plant it on the ground, and put it behind his arm. Then it's going to sit in the crook of his elbow, and we're going to bring this up and set it on the table or any surface that's up about waist height. And then he's going to take a step forward for me, and so his arm is kind of reaching back behind him. I tell people, think about the elbow being lined up with the ear. So not in front of the ear, but the elbow lined up with the ear. And that's going to give him, he's feeling gigantic stretches, I'm sure. I can just see it. In the rear shoulder and the top of the shoulder, this stretches almost every rotator cuff you have, as well as often the deltoids. And this brings some balance back to the shoulder girdle, so we're externally rotating the left side to catch it up to the external rotation that is too much on the right. Very good. And then go ahead and stretch a little bit. Yep. Okay. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so quick disclaimer, we're only doing the side that is the uninjured side to bring balance back to the shoulder girdle. And also, he's trying to work this out over time, so he doesn't have to stretch it until he's in agonizing pain. We just want him to get a nice deep stretch in his shoulder, hold it long enough to allow it to release, and let some healing occur. And then after that, we're going to go into our corrective exercises. Okay, so we have two corrective exercises that we're going to use to help Robert's shoulders. The first one is the Jakey row. It's one that I came up with, or at least I think I did. We're going to take two pink bands and lace them together, okay, and wrap them around a pole. Okay, and then Robert is going to put these around his elbows. Very good. And then bring his hands behind his back. Just like he's being arrested, make two fists for me, please, and touch your knuckles together. Okay? And then step back so there's some tension on the bands. We're going to instruct him to keep his collarbones flat down against his ribs, and then bring his elbows together, pulling against the bands. And he's only going to go back as far as he can with his collarbones down flat against his ribs. It's very good. And he's going to do maybe 20 of these reps. That's good. There we go. Keeping the collarbones flat. When people have a hard time with this drill, it's generally because they're trying to draw back farther than they actually can. It's over time you'll be able to bring your elbows closer and closer together behind your back. But when you first start out, you have to remember to keep the collarbones down flat against the ribs and not allow them to point up in the air as you go, because that's going to make the problem worse, not better. Very good. Okay. And then corrective exercise 2. Thank you, mate. We're going to unlace the bands. And he's just going to use one for this. And stepping on it. And he's going to make W's, we just call these. Banded W's. Okay, so here, he's going to start the band just below nipple line and then bring it up to his neck. And his arms are going to be pointing down at maybe a 45-degree angle. So not quite all the way here, down just a little bit from there. That's right. Just to focus on the rotator cuffs. And it's the same story here. We want the collarbones down flat, and we want them to focus on rotating up. I'm going to bring your head neutral. There you go. Bring that up just a touch higher for me. There it goes. And during both of these drills, he's got to focus really on keeping that scapula down flat against his ribs. So if this scapula is winging out all over the place, he's going too fast, we're just going to instruct him to slow down if he needs to and keep that shoulder blade down flat against his rib cage. That looks really good. Good. And what Robert's doing, something that I forgot to mention, but he's doing a great job, is he's squeezing his glutes nice and tight, drawing in his belly button. So setting his core, setting his abdominals so that he doesn't extend his spine too much. He's keeping his spine nice and neutral, setting his hips, and just focus on making the movement come out of the shoulder girdle. That's a really good job. Okay, so we've done the mobilization drills, we've done the corrective exercise, and now we're here in the wilds of Fortis Fitness. Yes, with meatheads clanging and banging, and we're going to do some integrative drills to help him get back to bench pressing without so much pain. The drill that we're going to do today is called 3-position press, and we're focused on the pauses during the force opposition phase of the movement. So he's going to do some pauses on the way down during his bench press, and during those pauses, we're focused on improving the mechanic of the movement. What that means for Robert is keeping his collarbones down against his ribs, and then I'm coaching him to relax his elbows so that he's focused on tightening his back rather than tightening his elbows. And so we're going to go ahead and show the 3-position bench press. Okay, so he unracks, tightens the shoulder blades, and then I'm going to cue him to relax his elbows as he unracks the bar. Whoop. And then as he comes down, he's going to come down halfway, stop for 3 seconds, and then come down all the way, stop for 3 more seconds, and then press with control. And he's going to do that for anywhere between 3 to 7 reps or whatever he can handle without causing any pain. And down, and press. And when he's pausing on the chest here, it's important that he's not relaxed. He's keeping tightness in his back, he's keeping the shoulder blades stable, and he's not cheating with his elbows. He's keeping his elbows relaxed, and then up he goes. Very good, yep. And again. And down, squeeze the shoulder blades, not the elbows, and press. Good, one more time. Come down, pause, collarbones where they belong. Good. And press. Good. Good. Go ahead and rack up. Good.
Well, guys, that is all the time we have. Robert, don't bullshit us. How you feeling, bro?
I feel a lot better, man. I'm well aware that's going to take some time to get better, but after this quick session, I do feel, after some blood flowing there, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, you said how long before were you dealing with this issue?
I've had this for about 4 years, and just like everybody else, I kind of let it slip, work around it, didn't really pay much attention to it. But as I'm getting older and more lifting, it's getting worse and worse, and Jake has made me well aware of what I have, and now I'm going to start doing this, and hopefully it's going to get better.
Well, good on you, man, because like you basically said, if you're a pro out there listening, you think like, man, it ain't going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you.
It catches everybody.
Yeah, it catches everybody,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
And you're a strong dude, too. You squat like 500, deadlift 600?
Yeah, my best was 500 squats, 600 deadlift, yeah.
Now, where can people find you?
Primal Breed for YouTube and RR7 on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll link all that in the description. We'll also follow up in a few weeks just as part of this series to see how that scapula is doing to make sure you're on tip-top shape. That's the whole idea behind these videos, is helping you guys out with common issues. Jake, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How you feeling in the middle, bro?
Yeah, I feel great in the middle here.
Do you
This
feel
is
loved?
really yeah, I do feel loved. I feel like I am in a circle of bro love right now that I never want to leave.
They never want
As
to
always, you can find me at gainsnotpains.com. Hit me up for consultation and coaching services there. Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it, and I hope you're feeling better. I do.
Absolutely, anytime. Links will be in the description. Check them out. That's it. We got to get out of here. We got to do some biceps.
Yeah.
We got to put up
Get
that
a pump,
bomb.
dude.
Oh, yeah. Pumping iron, bro. If you like the video, make sure to like the damn video.
Like the video.
And I'll be seeing all you guys, my rascals, in that next one. Peace.
Peace.